Greetings. Welcome in, and welcome to Mirror Work Monday. It is when we utilize our affirmations, our commandments, our beliefs to pour into ourselves. You can do it looking in your camera. You can do it looking in the mirror. You can do it looking at your vision boards. Today we are about to do something, I call it the water meditation. I am Simone, Shepherdess, and I was taught that when you get, you give. When you learn, you teach. I'm here to preach, and y'all finna get this word. Before we begin, I'm going to bring us in by cleansing the energy with my sound bowl. The 4 taps that you're on the sound bowl represent me cleansing the energy of the 4 elements of water, fire, air, and earth. Y'all, so I'm going to be doing my meditation or affirmations today with my, I thought I just took it out, with myrrh, with some myrrh, and I have my aquamarine and my celandine. Celandine, I mean selenite. Yeah, for some reason selenite, aqua. Why am I tongue tied today? I don't know what I was about to say. But yes, I have these clothes. Before we do that, I wanted to read a quote or a small passage from the Hidden Messages of Water. If you did not know, water holds energy. Well, anything holds energy, but specifically water holds energy. Energy doesn't dissipate. It only moves on to something else. So we are starting to incorporating, not only are we speaking life into ourselves, but we're speaking life into what we consume. So yes, we're doing a water meditation today, but even when you're cooking your foods, when you're preparing your temple in the morning or for bed at night, I want you to speak life into the rituals that you're doing. When you are preparing and cooking the food for yourself or family members, speak life into it. It is not a coincidence when somebody that's full of anger and hate is cooking you a meal, and then once you eat it, you feel like you got food poisoning, or you get a tummy ache, or you have a headache, because all of the energy that was consumed within them and they're angrily fixing it is just moving on to the food, and then you're consuming it. So this, well, let me just read the quote first. Says, from a physical perspective, humans are water. When I realized this and I started to look at the world from this perspective, I began to see things in a whole new way. First, I realized that this connection to water applies to all people. Therefore, what I'm about to say applies to everyone all over the world. I believe I'm also starting to see the way that people should live their lives. So how can people live happy and healthy lives? The answer is to purify the water that makes up 70% of your body. Water in a river remains pure because it is moving. When water becomes trapped, it dies. Therefore, water must constantly be circulated. The water or blood in the bodies of the sick is usually stagnant. When blood stops flowing, the body starts to decay. And if the blood in your brain stops, it can be life-threatening. But why does blood become stagnant? We can see this condition as the stagnation of the emotions. Modern researchers have shown that the condition of the mind has a direct impact on the condition of the body. When you are living a full and enjoyable life, you feel better physically. And when your life is filled with struggles and sorrow, your body knows it. So when your emotions flow throughout your body, you feel a sense of joy and you move towards physical health. Moving, changing, flowing. Excuse me. This is what life is all about. So in this book, they ended up doing a study. And I was so fascinated by this study because they didn't even speak the words. They showed the words to the water, meaning they wrote words out on a piece of paper and like wrapped it around the glass or the bottle of water. And they did different experiments. So one piece of paper I have like words of love and gratitude. Another piece of paper I have words of hate and belittling, demeaning. Another word would be gratitude in different languages. So I just want to show y'all like the pictures. When the words full of love were showed to the bottle of water, it formed a perfect crystal. You see that? And then when it showed words of gratitude in different languages, you still have, for the most part, a perfect crystal, a defined shape. Then when it says when words that indicated harm to humans were shown to the water, no crystals formed. It even appears that the words, "you make me sick," created the shape of a man with a gun. And that's right here. So words of hatred, low vibrational words that didn't add value, didn't create anything. It crystallized the water, but it did not form a crystal. Does that make sense? So I want us to take that intention with us daily moving forward. And I do have my glass of water today, but I don't want you to just envision it being the water you are just drinking, but even when you are taking baths and in the shower, I want you to be mindful of the energy that you are taking into your bathroom with you when you are trying to cleanse yourself. Because if you're sitting in there sad and full of sorrow and angry, all you're doing is speaking that into the water and it's just staying within you. So when you do feel stressed or overwhelmed and you are inclined to take a bath or a shower, get in there with the intention of releasing, removing, letting go of. So today we are just gonna speak. I got my crystal glass with me. Some words of life, words of encouragement, words of uplifting words into what we are about to consume. So I want you to grab your bottle of water, grab your glass of water. Don't overthink it. And again, words are so powerful that you don't even have to speak it into your glass. You can write it on a piece of paper and set your glass over it, or take the piece of paper and wrap it around your bottle of water and just leave it on there all day. So even with us speaking life into ourselves, I love myself, imagine manifesting with this same technique. I am a multi-billionaire. I am healed. I am fulfilled. I am abundant. And imagine how it will align with where you are trying to go, how you are trying to grow. So let's take a deep breath in. I am so happy. I keep accomplishing more and more of my goals every day. I am unconditional. I am abundant. I love myself. I am a multi-billionaire. In a world full of darkness, I choose to be the light. As I consume this water, it cleanses and replenishes me. I love my voice. I speak life into myself and those that surround me. I let go of the things that don't serve me. I am enough. I am confident. I am passionate. I am courageous. I am brave. I am growing. I trust the universe. I trust the universe. All things are working for my good. All situations add value to my journey. I am healed. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I speak kind and loving words. I choose to uplift those that surround me. I am one with nature and the universe. I add value to those that add value to me. I am passionate. I am creative. I speak up for me. I speak up for others. My body is a temple and I will treat it as such. I grow from my mistakes. I don't ponder on the past. I am grounded and present in this present moment. I love myself. I love my family. I love my life. Shays. I want us to incorporate this daily. Do it when you wake up. Do it when you're going to bed. Do it throughout your day. And then I want you to drink it. Give thanks. Give thanks. Y'all, so we have a new moon in Cancer today. And this is the first new moon of summer. My Moonology deck for new moon in Cancer says you and your loved ones are safe. There's a new start coming in your private life. Something is rising up in connection with the people and places you hold dearest. Greetings. This can be done with a member of your family, a flatmate, or moving house. If you're hoping to move forward with something special in your private life, this card comes to you as a message that you can do it. If you've been neglecting your family, it's time to reconnect with them. If you've been neglecting yourself, you need to take better care of yourself and nurture yourself more. If your insecurity is holding you back, that's something for you to work on now. Doing so could bring you your heart's desire. Attune to the moon. Make sure you put family first. Additional meanings for this card include let someone get a bit closer to you. A new cycle is starting for your child or children. It's time to review your goals. Have they changed? Meditation will help you banish your insecurities. Spending time near water will bring you peace and answers. That's crazy because I didn't even read this and we just did the water meditation. I love how everything is aligned. And then also, it makes sense because Cancer is a water sign. So the fact that I got on here talking about water and we are in a new moon in a water sign, yes, I need us to dive deep in utilizing water meditation. You can be boiling water on the stove and I want you to speak life into it, okay? It says the teaching. The full moon in Cancer can be a super emotional time. The moon is all about emotions, and Cancer is a water sign and also very emotional. Saying that, the moon is very happy in the sign of Cancer. It's one of her 2 home signs along with Taurus. So whenever you pull it, this card suggests that whatever happens next will be in your favor. It's especially positive for family matters. So you can be healing family wounds. You can be aligning with your soul tribe family, with creating a family, with your soulmate, your twin flame. What else did I want to say? Oh, and how it mentioned that Cancer. The moon is the home. Is one of Cancer's homes, so it is comfortable here. When you're home, you are comfortable. That's when you get majority of your work done, your healing done. So being able to utilize this new moon in Cancer is being able to also utilize the energy of Cancer being where it is comfortable. What else did I want to say? So for the journal prompt, before we get into the journal prompt, y'all know I like to new moon, full moon, pull a power to surrender card. So what do we need to surrender? What do we need to release? Spirits, out in there, out in clear, please clear. What's the message? What needs to know? Tell me. So, I need to know. Now, one more card. Ask for one more and the game is bold. So we gonna go with it. The divine want us to surrender. Okay. So the first card that came out was surrender unhealthy relationships. Let that shit go. If it's not adding value, if it's not serving you, if it's not there for you when you need someone to be there for you, release them folks. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. You set the standard. You set the standard for what you deserve. So if you allow a person to come in and walk all over you and disrespect you, they would think that's okay. So then when it's time to enforce your boundary or separate yourself, they'll feel some type of way because you already allowed them to enter one type of way. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't remove yourself, but I want you to know it's easier to set a boundary or standard in the beginning with people than allowing them to come in, create a habit, and then you try and fix it on the back end. No, do it initially. Surrender to effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard, because we know when it's God, it flows. When it's you or ego, it's forced. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. Surrender to effortlessness. So that means you're waking up every day, adding value to the present moment. We aren't pondering on the past, and we aren't pressed about the future. I'm about to say the present, but it's the future. But we're not even pressed about the present, because we allowing whatever needs to happen to happen. Surrender to passion. This could be twofold. You surrendering to utilizing your creativity, something you're passionate about, and making it tangible, or utilizing it to align you with abundance. Or how we just mentioned with this new moon in Cancer, you aligning with your soulmate. So you being passionate within that relationship. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. That's been a thing. We got this new moon in Cancer, this water energy. I read y'all the secret messages in water, and they was talking about how a river isn't stagnant, it flows, and we pulling these cards and everything is like flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. Come on. Surrender your desire to control people. Surrender your desire to control people. You are the only person you can control. Being over controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. Let it flow. Let it flow. Do not try to control, and surrender to miracles. That's so crazy, because I posted something about this yesterday. But miracles happen every day. But you got to believe. You got to walk in the fact that you are a walking miracle. The fact that you are even in existence makes you a miracle. Do you know how many sperms fought to get to that egg? And then how many eggs that the sperm had to choose from, and it chose you. And then everything that you had to endure to be produced. You are a walking miracle. Do you believe it? Be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. I sometimes struggle with imposter syndrome. Like, do I deserve this? Should I be in this room? Should I be walking on this journey? And the divine is saying, yes. If you're here, you're meant to be here. You deserve to be here. And everything that I align you with was meant to be yours. So the journal prompt for today is, what are 3 intentions that you would like to set for the remainder of the year? Then I want you to write 3 affirmations or affirmative statements to go along with each intention. This is to keep us intentional about setting this intention. So I don't want us to come up with something today and then next week or 2 weeks from now we forget that we did it. No. What's an intention that you want to set? And I don't want you to attach yourself to the outcome or the result of the intention, but just focus on the steps that you will take every day to achieve the intention. So what does that mean? So one of my intentions is to become more healthy. And I am associating that with working out, becoming more active. So instead of my intention being I want to lose 50 pounds, no. My intention is to create basically a healthy lifestyle, a healthy habit. Because hypothetically, if I did attach it to an outcome of I want to lose 50 pounds, when I lose the 50 pounds, I'm either going to stop working out, or if I don't lose the 50 pounds as quickly as I am assuming that I should lose it, I might become discouraged, and before I even reach the goal, stop working out. Greetings. Go brush your teeth. Does that make sense? So write 3 intentions that you would like to set for the remainder of the year. Write 3 affirmations / or affirmative statements to go along with each intention. So An affirmative statement for, let's use the working out or the getting healthy. Let me come up with something right quick, y'all. Every day I make healthy choices. That's one. Another intention that I'm setting is, I'm trying to see how I want to word it, because ultimately I'm trying to stop complaining. So I'm working on the wording, y'all. So, okay, if I'm stopping complaining, then my intention is to accept what is. To accept what is and what isn't. So, therefore, if I'm accepting whatever comes my way, then I have nothing to complain about. So, an intention would be, I am surrounded by abundance. The intention is to accept what is and what isn't. And the affirmative statement or affirmation will be, I just lost it. The affirmative statement is, I'm surrounded by abundance. All things are working for my good. What's another one? Every situation is adding value. You get my drift. So again, the journal prompt for today is, what are 3 intentions that you would like to set for the remainder of the year? Write 3 affirmations or affirmative statements to go along with each intention. Ashe. I also wanted to add, I read somewhere, I'm not sure if it's the new moon in Cancer, because we have a lot of things going on astrologically right now. I know we have one planet is about to go in retrograde. I think it might be Pluto, if I'm not mistaken. Then we have, it's either the north or south node is also shifting its alignment within the universe. But what is about to happen for the majority of the collective is that a lot of karmic cycles are about to end. So if you have felt like you've been like in a slump, or you have been in a repetitive season and you just felt stagnant, you are about to come out of that. So I want you to really harness this energy and hit the ground rolling. So what was a business idea that you wanted to implement? What was a product that you wanted to produce? What's an ebook that you want out there? What's something not even something within you, so something that's intangible? What are you doing to work on you? What are you releasing so you can add more value to you? I'm pulling from a couple of decks today. The first deck I'm pulling from is my herbal astrology deck. Spirits. Over here. Cool. Go to here. What's the message? And we got horsetail patience. As you are setting these intentions for yourself, as you are working on becoming a better you, have patience with yourself. Commented on somebody post recently. It was somebody who was like, I told y'all it was a goddess collection. Y'all better check out the fucking goddess collection. Like, and I don't even mean to really be on her dick like that, but I fuck with her products because I see the difference and I see her reviews, so fuck with her. somebody ended up like giving a testimony, and it was like my husband had like a stroke and a heart attack and something else, and I ended up, she didn't even mention the teas she took, or did she? I don't remember. She was like, somebody recommended your products to me. I took them, and something, when her husband had the stroke, like one of his eyes wouldn't open. She was like, I started him on something, I don't remember the tea exactly, and I don't remember the time frame, but she was like, after a certain amount of time, my husband's left, I don't know why I think it's the left eye opened back up, and something about like the eye was, thank you, was like off-centered, or it wasn't, the eye wasn't doing whatever the eye was supposed to be doing. And I do know she said she started giving him eye magic, and within, let's say, 2 weeks, his eye went back to the way it was supposed to be. But somebody ended up coming under there, and they was like, oh girl, like what were the teas, or I'm so glad that happened, I started taking your products or whatever, and then like I'll start and then I'll fall off and like be eating well, then I start back with junk food, and I come in and I'm like, you have to be patient with yourself. It took you a lifetime to create whatever habit that you have created in regards to what you are consuming, and it is tied to more than just what you are consuming. It's a wound that you are coddling or covering up. It is very soothing to you, and you don't even realize it became a habit. I spoke on this before, how like my kid's dad will like disappear for months at a time, and then he'll come back, and he's coming back with cookies and candies and cakes and ice creams, and let's go do this and let's go do that. And this is an assumption based off of precedence, and I'm like, that's how kids become. It's a dragonfly. I just love when they come visit me. Associate certain emotional disturbances to what they are consuming. So when I feel, and this is just an example, when I'm feeling abandoned, I want to eat cake. And it's tied to, whenever my dad left, but whenever he came back, he would get me cake. So I felt better. And that's just one example, but I was just like, yeah, you have to be patient with yourself. And what you ultimately need to do is some root work or shadow work. And she was like, well, what is that? And I went into explanation. If you do not know what root or shadow work is, it's basically getting to know you, getting to know your subconscious self. Who am I unconsciously? Why do I respond the way I do? Why do I act the way that I do? When I'm triggered, who or what is it actually being triggered, and why? And then being able to analyze, when I do have these certain influx of emotions, what am I tending to do? Am I shopping? Because just because I told you, we consume things with all of our senses. So when you feel a certain way, are you spending money? Are you running up the credit card bill? Are you consuming stuff orally? Are you consuming stuff sexually? Because some people out here are sex addicts. You feel a certain type of way and feel like you gotta fuck on something. Like, so just being aware and not beating yourself up and being patient. And I also told y'all, a lot of the things that we are carrying are from hundreds of generations ago. So we are carrying abandonment issues and traumas and drug issues and insecurities that our great grandma used to have, respectfully. And they really didn't have the time and space to sit in, what is wrong with me, what's going on with me, how can I grow through this or go through this. And now collectively we have that mindset, and we also have the time to actually heal ourselves. So be patient with yourself while you're on this journey. Don't feel like, I start incorporating these affirmations or these manifestation statements, or I changed my diet, so I should be healed within the next 7 days. Now, anything is possible, but I don't want you to become disappointed when it doesn't work out that way. Just keep doing it. All you can do is take it day by day, step by step, and don't overwhelm yourself. So it says horsetail, patience, endurance, steady focus, period of gestation. We know that's so crazy. Period of gestation is the time frame it takes to develop something. So how we just said, you can be aligning with creating your own family. So somebody out there could be pregnant or working on getting pregnant, or you can have a gestation period of you creating something, some type of product, some type of business idea, a business plan. Trust the process, heightened sensitivity. Whenever you cross paths with a horsetail, you are looking at a member of the sole surviving genus of a once great lineage. Prehistoric horsetail is said to have been giant compared to the remaining species that exist today. This primitive plant is a descendant of large trees from the Paleozoic Paleozoic era, about 375 to 600 million years ago. That's crazy. These plants emerged from primordial swamps over 100 million years, long before dinosaurs walked on Earth. All cultures to which horsetail was native used it as a food and medicine, often cooking it with a vegetable or chewing it raw in the springtime. Horsetail strengthens connective tissues such as skin, hair, nails, bones, teeth, cartilage, ligaments, and even mucous membranes. That's amazing. In ancient times, it was referred to as a bone mender, as it was used to help heal broken bones, fractures, and osteoporosis. Horsetail is ruled by Saturn as strengthening the skeletal system and connective tissues and promoting wound healing, hair growth, skin protection, and bone strength are all in the ringed planet's domain. That doesn't say ringed. And bone strength are all in the ringed planet's domain. Saturn also corresponds with the processing of minerals within the body, particularly the kidneys, which horsetail also nourishes. Archetypically, that doesn't say archetypically. Archetypally, what? I feel like we're missing a C. Archetypally, Saturn provides us protection, shielding, courage, endurance, patience, self-control, and the blessing of a challenge. Saturn, known as Cronus in Greek, is the lord of time and viewed as a destructive, all-devouring force. Yet Saturn isn't as malevolent as it is portrayed to be, as its energy teaches us self-mastery. I need to see what malevolent means. Malevolent. The power we are granted once we overcome the cycles of pain and suffering. That's so crazy. So before I get into what the guidance say, that was a message that came to me today. It says that yet Saturn isn't as malevolent as it is portrayed to be, as its energy teaches us self-mastery. The power we are granted once we overcome the cycles of pain and suffering. Is somebody out there who is victimizing themselves? And respectfully, the way I have started moving is everything is my fault. And I mean that in a high vibrational manner. So if I go walk into any situation or walk out of any situation with the perspective of it's my fault, then that way I am not projecting or blaming anyone other than me, because the only person I can control is me. So if every situation adds some type of value, it's like, okay, if this is my fault, what could I have done differently? How can I grow through this? And that's where that self-mastery comes in, because you can't master someone else for them. You only can master yourself. So if you walk into a situation and it's like, damn, you know what? This is my fault. Damn, you know what? This is what I could have done differently. Then every single circumstance that you go through or grow through, it is going to become easier and easier to flow through it. When we do sit there and victimize ourselves and blame whoever or whatever outside of us, we are becoming stagnant. But we should be flowing through it. Okay, you know what? This happened. This is what I learned. This is how I am choosing to move forward. And then you're flowing through it. It says guidance. Horsetail teaches us of the power that lies within patience and the endurance gained through the hidden blessings of challenges. There is something good in all seeming failures. And although that might not be clear in the moment, time will reveal it. Trust the process. Remember that stubbornness and willfulness are counterproductive to loosening knots. Instead, like the medicine of horse, ground to earth's energy as you survive and adapt to changes and hardships on the journey. Horse medicine provides us heightened sensitivity and the purity of trust as essential tools to have while we endure challenge and hardship. Ashe. Patience, y'all. Patience through this season. Patience while on this journey, throughout this lifetime, throughout your changes, throughout your growth. Don't beat yourself up, and don't allow anyone or anything outside of you to try and beat you up, to try and hold something against you. I'm pulling a Signs of Time. I said I want to get her other decks, Crystal Banner. She got a few other decks out there. You wanted to come out with it. Metamorphosis. Let's see. Spirits. Okay. Ready to hear. Just a message. What needs to know? Tell me. Tell me so. We got infinity, unlimited potential. You are limitless, but you gotta believe you are. The infinity symbol, also known as a lemniscate, lemniscate. Wow, why do I have to get on his sounding words out like this? The infinity symbol, also known as a lemniscate or lemniscate, is a symbol that literally has no end. You can't pinpoint where it ends or where it begins, but it still continues. The possibilities are endless. Dream big, set challenging goals, and break through any barriers, real or imagined. Anything is possible. So release any self-imposed limitations. If you're doubting your own ability, now it's time to believe in your potential. The lemniscate or lemniscate can also signify that you are on to something bigger than you can even imagine. Whatever ideas you have now can grow exponentially. I'm just adding letters. This card is also a reminder to resist settling for less. It might appear easier, but you are destined for more. Keep going. Additional meanings include multiple possibilities, time to expand, avoid self-sabotage, an ongoing situation. Dang, I thought I brought tarot today. I didn't. Yes, so you are full of endless potential. You are limitless, meaning there is no limit to what you can create, what you can produce, how vibrational you can become. As we are on this journey, I was talking to my sister about this recently. I think I said this, but there is no finish line within this lifetime. You always have something that you can be working on, that you can be growing through, that you can be tending to. You aren't 100% in 100% of your life. Does that make sense? You always have something you could be working on. There is not an end until you die. And then it says stop self-sabotaging. So how I said, sometimes I have the mindset of imposter syndrome. If you believe you don't belong, then you don't belong. If you tell yourself this is where I'm supposed to be, this is what I deserve, then that is what the universe is going to align you with. And how do you align with that mindset? By doing the work. doing the inner work, doing the shadow work, releasing beliefs that aren't yours, releasing fears that aren't yours, releasing insecurities that aren't yours, meditating, speaking life into your water, going outside in nature, grounding yourself, putting your feet on the bare ground, in the bare grass, bare in the grass rather, scripting, journaling, pouring into yourself. Do not seek, don't think that the encouragement should come from out of you. You have to, oh, that's so crazy that this came up, because why, when I was doing my morning routine today, the song that came to me was encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Give thanks. Yes, y'all. Stop self-sabotaging and encourage yourself. Sit with yourself. If you are around people that aren't adding value, that aren't speaking the same language that you're currently speaking while you're on this spiritual journey, this high vibrational journey, this journey to become a better you, whatever you want to label it as, then you need to remove them, because all they're doing is subconsciously influencing you. You're trying to get away from that. You're trying to ascend from where you currently are. And the last deck I'm pulling from, what is this? I think this is the Healing Oracle deck. Spirits. I'm here. I'm clear. I'm ready to hear. So what's the message the flock needs to know? Tell me so. Tell me what needs to know. Got two cards. The first one that came out is acceptance. Accept where you currently are, and the universe will align you to where you need to be. I accept every step that life presents me without resistance. I try to find out what the universe is trying to teach me so that I can grow. Thus, I advance in freedom on the path of life. That's so crazy, because I feel like that's aligned with what I said. If you walk into every situation, no matter what the outcome is, with the perspective of this is my fault, and it's not victimizing yourself, but that is utilizing you to grow through whatever you have gone through, and you accept it for what it is or what it isn't, then the universe is going to advance you in freedom on the path of life. So you are being grateful for what you're accepting what you currently have. You're accepting what you currently don't have. You are accepting where you currently are. You are accepting where you currently are not. And that will basically cause you to be in the present moment. And when you are present, you align with more presence. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, baby? Then we have wisdom. God has a plan for me. I live here now, knowing beauty is to come. I don't force things to happen faster than the universe has decided for me. I learn from my experiences, take small steps in faith, and succeed thanks to all my efforts. Give thanks. We don't force, we flow. And I keep saying this, so somebody obviously need to hear it, but whatever's meant for you will not pass you by. It's going to wait for you. If it's meant for you, it is going to wait for you, because it knows when you are ready for something, and the universe knows when you aren't ready for something. So if you feel that something didn't work out, if you feel that you weren't able to obtain something, that's because it wasn't your season. But don't feel like it'll never be your season, because that's not true. Continue working on you. Continue being present. Continue emitting unconditional love. And the universe is going to align you with everything that you deserve. I hope this message added value. I am Simone the Shepherdess. And I was taught that when you get, you give. When you learn, you teach. I'm here to preach. And y'all finna get this word. Have a marvelous Monday. And I'll see you tomorrow.